like to see that thing work in a regular truck stop or even over at a shipper with that big nose. They're going to hit the wall and... Oh, hey everybody. Welcome to another episode of Drop and Hook. Hey everybody, welcome to the third episode of Drop and Hook, and I got some information for you today. Last week we were talking about Tesla and how they're having issues with that new truck and how with their financial problems it might be dead on arrival before it even gets out to the market. Well, there's a new entry into this whole thing, and it's called the Airflow Starship. I'm going to try and see if I can put a picture in, but it's this brand new streamlined truck that's put together by a company called Airflow, and they're partnering with Shell to bring this out to the market. It's supposed to be a hyper MPG truck, and they're going to be doing it might already even be on the road. They're going to be doing a coast-to-coast trip with it, going from California to Florida with an estimated weight of about 80,000 pounds to see what this thing can do with a full legal load. So keep an eye out for this thing. Trust me, you'll be able to tell what it is if you see it, because it looks like no other truck that's on the road. It'll be interesting to see what MPG it'll actually be able to attain, mainly because the record that's out there right now by this company, Airflow, with one of their other previously modified trucks, is only 13.4 miles per gallon. That's what they were able to average on a run with about a 65,000 pound load. So if this thing can beat that at an 80,000 pound load, it'd be very interesting to see what they've got. With that, there's also a part for all of you owner-operators or lease operators out there. Diesel is 22% higher cost above last year, so that means you guys are getting hit in the wallet a little bit higher this year than you were last year. I mean, when you're going up another 22%, that doesn't sound like a lot, but every penny counts, especially when you've got most of the fuel surcharges are sitting where they're at. And what's interesting is that there's still the truck driver shortage here in the US, and that's supposed to be driving up the shipping costs. Well, the reason it's not in some cases is because a lot of these companies have contracts that they can't get out of, so they're stuck at a certain rate. Well, apparently a lot of the shipping companies that are out there, a lot of the carriers, are starting to up their rates, or they're starting to actually compete with each other to try and get better facilities for drivers at these shippers, mainly because they can demand higher rates, or they can go elsewhere, especially since there's less drivers to go around, but there's plenty of freight. So how many of you have actually seen this? How many of you have gone to a shipper or a receiver and now they have a nicer trucker lounge, nicer driver lounge for you when you come in? Tell me about that in the comments below. They're saying, Trucker Report is claiming that they're getting better accommodations for drivers out there. I haven't really seen this in a lot of the cases. Some of these places haven't changed a bit, and it's because despite the fact that they may have higher demand for trucks, they're still able to get it, and it's such a high demand item that it doesn't matter. The trucking companies are gonna come in there and do whatever anyway. And I see this a lot at a lot of the places for produce, stuff like that. When you're coming directly to the farms or directly to one of the cooling houses, they usually don't care too much, unless it's a high dollar item like cherries or apples or something like that, where they actually have a pretty good sized warehouse. But tell me in the comments below. Also, how many of you are actually interested in becoming a truck driver? I'd like to see who's actually interested in that isn't a driver already. And all of you drivers that are out there, are you guys actively trying to get people into this industry, or do you think that the truck driver shortage is actually being blown out of proportion as to what it really is, and it's just a lack of quality drivers? Tell me in the comments below. And this is it for Drop and Hook. Thank you, like and subscribe.